Disrespect is often associated with children rather than adults. But it is amazing how many adults are citizens of this prominent childhood nation, and they can be found gladly speaking disrespectful words and actions toward others. Respect is reciprocal, as it is being said. Like every other person, a Sigma male deserves some respect, and you should never take their calmness as a reason to be disrespectful to them. A Sigma male will never appreciate you disrespecting him because though he doesn't conform to societal standards, he doesn't disrespect them. But he doesn't follow those standards. Isn't that disrespectful? You may ask. Yes, indeed, a Sigma doesn't conform to societal rules. That's just who he is. He lives by his own rules, but will never show disrespectful attitudes towards such rules. Watch as we unveil the signs that show you are disrespectful to a Sigma male. If you want to look out for the reasons why you should never disrespect a Sigma male, you must know those things that they consider disrespectful signs. You may have been doing one or two of them ignorantly. It's time to ascertain this. You blocked him off in a group. Sigma males are not obsessed with being seen or heard in a social gathering, but whenever they have the opportunity to give their opinion on a matter being discussed in a group, they will not like it if you block them off and throw their opinions into the trash bin. They believe so much in themselves and their judgment that they don't like it when you take their opinions as something that doesn't count in such a discussion, especially when it is obvious to them that you simply want to portray them negatively in that group. Generally speaking, blocking people off in a discussion is a sign of disrespect towards that person. If you do this, you are not respecting the presence and contributions they have in that group. It is a sign that might not be obvious unless you observe it keenly. If you have been doing it, it is time to stop. Encroaching on his personal space. We'd all know that a Sigma male loves his personal space. They are lone wolves, and their privacy matters a lot to them. Not because they want to reserve themselves, but because they know that their strength is drawn from within and not without. To draw out this strength, they need a lot of time to meditate, think, strategize, and carry out their plans. It will not speak well of you to bump into their space without prior notice, like giving them a call and saying, "I will be at your place today." Of course, sometimes things we don't plan can happen to us. You may not plan to visit him, but you might be required to reach out to him with no prior notice. That's not a problem. Everybody knows that can happen, but it shouldn't become a norm for you to just bump into their space without telling them. Simple courtesy tells you to respect people and their privacy. He will no doubt respect your privacy, and he expects nothing less from you. You cannot come close to a Sigma male without respecting his rules. He doesn't keep friends, and looking at the few friends he keeps, one would realize that he consciously selects those who will respect him for who he is and his values. Invading someone's personal space is a violation of their boundaries. It is a sign of dominance, which is disrespectful in its real sense. A good friend is concerned about your comfort and will not always be the cause of your discomfort. You don't keep his secret. No one wants to pour out their precious oil into a leaking container. In the same way, no one will ever want to stay around people that cannot be trusted with their secrets. Of course, you cannot be safe with such a person. Just as they don't easily make friends, a Sigma male doesn't just tell people their secret. For Sigma males to tell you their secret means you have gained their trust. It is a great sign of disrespect and disloyalty if what they tell you is being heard outside because you chose to spread it out. If you want to keep the friendship thriving, respect a Sigma male by keeping his secret. You laugh at his opinions. Mocking your friend over a statement he utters is a sign that you are a bad friend. If at all, he or she makes mistakes, you should be able to correct him or her as a good friend. A Sigma male is not excluded from making mistakes, but they rarely make mistakes because they ruminate over their words before uttering them. The only challenge with their opinions is that they may not be in line with yours. That's because they don't just go in the same direction as others. That is what separates them from men of other social hierarchies. When others are going right, a Sigma male may desire to go left. As a good friend, you don't have to agree with all his opinions. His perspectives on things are not the same as the general public. But this doesn't mean you should laugh at his opinions. Making fun of him makes him feel you are not his friend or worthy to receive his advice, even if his opinion is funny. Learn to control yourself and see his opinion as the best for him. If you enjoy spreading malicious rumors, There is nothing respectful about gleefully passing on hurtful gossip about your friend. It is disgusting and a sign that you are not being honest with him. What do you stand to gain if you spend the whole of your life spreading gossip about your friend? Nothing, of course, except that you lose their trust and make them feel insecure around you. However, a Sigma male doesn't care what people say or think about him because he lives his life based on what he approves of himself. Yet he will not take it well with you when you spread hurtful rumors about him. Now that you have seen those signs that show you are disrespectful to a Sigma male, let's look at the reasons you should never try to disrespect a Sigma male. 1. He will critically assess the situation. A Sigma man will first evaluate the circumstance before taking any further action if he feels insulted. Without first using reason, he won't respond harshly. The Sigma male will remain objective and evaluate the circumstance without bias. To begin with, he must ascertain if the individual who insulted him did it on purpose or not. It's a good idea to assume that the disrespect was unintended. This only prepares you for how to react to the circumstance, not that what they said doesn't harm you. Sigma man will go even further and contemplate if he felt personally assaulted or whether the encounter was the outcome of a confusing situation. Because of this, he will remain objective and be able to manage the other situations professionally. Of course, depending on the degree of disrespect, he is aware that it would be simple to act disrespectfully in return, but this is not who he is or how he prefers to be seen. So in situations like this, the Sigma man will always keep his composure and never show signs of anger. Be prepared for a thorough evaluation by the lone wolf if you are considering disrespecting the Sigma man. 2. He will call you out on your behavior. Do you have a history of disrespecting others and getting away with it? If so, you haven't encountered the Sigma male. They will interrupt the habit of rudeness by directly contacting you on it and requesting that you stop since they have zero tolerance for the disrespect of any type. Therefore, be aware that you must confront the matter head-on if someone you can't escape repeatedly treats you badly. You don't have to put up with anyone's constant abuse. No one should, therefore, let anyone treat them disrespectfully. You should anticipate a contact from the Sigma man to discuss the situation. He will question your awareness of how damaging your acts are to him. He does this because he thinks you are ignorant of how you act towards him and seem disrespectful. He is thus allowing you to repent and attempt to apologize by letting you know about it. 3. You will lose his trust. Getting a Sigma male to trust you is a difficult task, but it's quite possible. A Sigma male chooses his friends based on his own set of standards, not based on what you do to get his attention. For him to trust you means he has assessed you enough and has found you faithful. You can't afford to lose his trust based on your actions of being disrespectful to him. That will not make good sense. He may not immediately react to your actions in the first instance. He may perhaps take your first disrespect as a mistake, but once he knows that you are deliberate about it, he will withdraw from such a relationship. Sigma males are honesty-driven and truthful. They are not friends you should lose. Consider that and give them their due respect, and they will love you more. 4. He will keep his distance from you. Apart from losing trust in you, a Sigma male will stay away from you once he notices that you are taking him for granted and disrespecting himself or his standards. They love their standards. They built them, and that cost them a lot. They will not tolerate anything that will bring them or their standards down. Instead of allowing you to be the cause of their misfortune, they will rather excuse themselves far away from you. Remember that if everything else fails, it is often best to simply leave. If you've tried your best to educate the individual about the consequences of his or her behavior and to be kind and understanding, this person may be simply unable to treat you and other people with respect and decency. Sigma guys are aware that by avoiding rude individuals, they have diminished their targets and reduced their victims. Without a doubt, the situation will calm down if there is no audience. If everyone around disrespectful people avoids them like a plaque, this will probably result in a wake-up call on their terrible behavior. However, if not, it will at least help everyone else around such people have a better day. 5. He is capable of making risky decisions. If you have a Sigma male as a boss and you are disrespectful to him and his standards at the office, you may be joking with your job in that office. He is a man with high standards, and though he will not force his standards on you, he expects you to do the needful. He can be frustrated at your rude attitude. However, before passing judgment, he will critically consider the situation, investigating what may have caused your actions. He can decide to give you a question and will not hesitate to fire you out of the office if the same persists. This doesn't mean he is a wicked boss. It just means you have failed at what you were supposed to do or change. And by definition, he cannot forgive you. His only option is to get you out of his space. Now that you know why you should never disrespect a Sigma male, it is time to know the powerful ways Sigma males gain status or irresistible Sigma male traits women love. Click on the image and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.